I'm going to review TerraKit, which is an agency running enterprise SEO for their clients. What we see in Ahrefs is the first result is the Ahrefs rank. If you want to find more information about what each one of these metrics does, all you have to do is just mouse hover on this sign next to the specific metrics. So Ahrefs shows the strength of a target website's backlink profile compared to the others in their database, with the rank number 1 being the strongest. So this is the Ahrefs rank for this domain name. If we go and check their blog instead, you can see that it's the same Ahrefs rank, but the other metrics, some of them are changing. Let me explain the other metrics. And by the way, if you want to learn more about these metrics, you can click on Learn More option, which is available on most of these metrics. You'll be able to find a more detailed explanation on Ahrefs website, either on a blog or on a page which they wrote. So the next metric is the URL rating, which shows the strength of a target's page link profile. So whenever you are into Ahrefs, you go into the dashboard, and here you type in either the domain name root or the blog link, like I did earlier. So here we analyze just the domain name root. That's why we have these results, while here we have different results because we have included the blog URL. You can do so for any other page on somebody's website. You can include links that go to a specific path and even to a subdomain. Now, what I like about Ahrefs is that you don't have to select any one of these links because this is done automatically. For example, if we analyze this blog post, let me do a test. You just click on it. As you can see, it automatically shows the prefix, the domain name URL path. So this is not the URL of the blog or the root of the domain name. It's actually the URL of a blog post. Those the prefix option, which was automatically saved by shown and selected by Ahrefs. So this is the first step when you want to analyze a link. You go in the dashboard, you copy and paste the link, then you are going to see these options. So let's move forward with the next option, which is domain rating. You can read the description here. So whenever you compare a blog URL, for example, with another with an article or a blog post and with the domain name root, you have to see the difference in UR, DR, backlinks, referring domains, organic keywords, organic traffic, and traffic value. So for this review, I'm going to compare mainly their homepage, their main website link, their blog link, and one of their less popular blog posts. So we have already agreed that the Ahrefs rank remains the same no matter which URL you include in the search results in the dashboard. So what changes then? All the other metrics changes. So just notice the UR and DR, it's 45 and 64. Here for the blog is actually UR is only 10. So the strength of the URL is much weaker of the blog compared with the homepage. The domain rating is the same. Let's move forward with the blog post analysis. Looks like the domain rating remains the same regardless of the link which we include. So far we have learned and noticed that Ahrefs rank and domain rating remains the same, while UR and the rest of the metrics will change. So let's analyze what most SEOs, if not all of them, are keen about. The backlinks, right? So the number of backlinks pointing to this link from other websites. It's 7Ks, meaning more than or around 7,000 backlinks. This is for the homepage. Now, if you notice these options here, it says recent results, meaning recent results are those results which are more recent. Not sure exactly how recent are they considered, but they also show historical backlinks data. I assume this is all the backlinks which they have received so far, and not the highest number of backlinks. I would have to double check though. So right now the number of backlinks, because what we need to understand with how Ahrefs reports their results and how SEO works and how Google and other search engines work is that these results fluctuates. SEO is a living and breathing phenomenon. Backlinks new backlinks appear, while some of old links disappear. This is the nature of the web. This is how internet works, this is how SEO works, and this is how and why Ahrefs reports these results as they are displayed here. So let's compare the homepage backlinks number with the blog backlinks number and with the backlinks number of this blog post. So what we have noticed, 7,000 results for the homepage with 2,000 results for the blog and only 14 backlinks for the blog post. As you can see, the homepage gets the most backlinks. That means this is popular because most of their competitors and non-competitors, most of other links are linking to the homepage more often than to their blog post, to their blog domain name or to this blog post. Let's compare the next metrics, which is the referring domains. This shows the total number of unique domains linking to our URL. So out of those backlinks, only 1,100 domain names are unique. That means that some of these domain names link on multiple pages to this homepage URL. That's why we see the difference between 7,000 backlinks, which are not unique, meaning not unique domain, compared to the unique referring domains. So the homepage has 1,000 referring domains, while the blog has only 491, and the blog post only 11 referring domains. Let's consider the next matrix, which is organic keywords. As you can read, this shows the total number of keywords that your target ranks for the top 100 organic search results across all countries in the Ahrefs database. So here we can also see the keywords by the country, the traffic volume, the traffic estimate, because these results, what you have to understand, they are not 100% accurate. Ahrefs clarifies that. Uh, and when your website, your blog, your competitors' websites or blogs show different results in Google Analytics, for example, that's something normal, that's common for that reason alone. So these results should be taken with a grain of salt. They are not 100% accurate. They just give us an estimate of somebody's link profile. Now, I wanted to mention something which I have forgot. Once you check somebody's results here, their metrics, and you want to go more in depth with the organic results, you click on organic search. So organic search profile will provide us with more results into the top keywords and the top ranked pages. More about that later on. Let's go back to organic traffic. As you can see, what's interesting is that, for example, organic keywords are the organic keywords number for the domain name root URL are very similar with the one on the blog. And this is something normal because TerraCat has created a ton of content from my understanding, and they have created it and indexed it on their blog instead of on the homepage, because some websites don't use blog an extension, a blog in their URL slug. As you can see here, they have an extension, a separate extension, so that all the results, all the posts, all the articles that go to their website will have blog in the link. Whenever you decide to start a new blog, or whenever somebody decides to start a new blog, they have the option to make the blog with or without this name in their link URL. And the impact on SEO is not that significant unless you do something wrong to harm your results. So regarding organic keywords for this blog post, it's something normal to show very little results compared to the blog post homepage, to the blog homepage, because the blog, from my research, has probably hundreds of posts, and each page has more than 10 posts. So that's the reason why this blog post has only 16 organic keywords. Now, what's even more important than the metrics of organic keywords is the organic traffic, meaning out of those keywords, we estimate, Ahrefs estimates how much traffic this blog or this page in particular for this blog post is getting on a monthly basis. If you want to learn more about these reports, just click on learn more. So looks like this page, this blog post, because from the beginning I told you that I'm going to review a less popular post. This post actually looks like it's only receiving one monthly visitor from search results. Now in Google Analytics, usually you'll see more visitors. I would say that Ahrefs shows the minimum results, because what happens is that Ahrefs and Google are going to not count in real time the organic traffic and visitors which use keywords which are not reported by Ahrefs. In other words, I don't think that this page only gets one monthly visitor, but they may get more. Now, the traffic value is the last metric in this report and shows the estimated value of the target's monthly organic search traffic. So that means this one monthly visitor has zero traffic value. Compared with this monthly organic traffic potential or estimate, which has $81,000 in traffic value. Now, this is for pay-per-click, meaning if this website, the company running this website or blog, wants to advertise on pay-per-click to get this much organic traffic and hopefully this many backlinks, but when you pay on pay-per-click, when you pay ads to bring this much traffic, you have to understand that this is not organic traffic, this is pay-per-click traffic. So once your budget of $81,000 is finished, the next month you would have to pay more or less or a similar budget to keep receiving this traffic. But with SEO, because it's organic traffic, usually it grows on a month-to-month basis, even if you don't continue to publish new content, because all the referring domains and backlinks you have published and acquired or won in the past weeks and months and years will add up, and that will make you generate traffic on a month-to-month basis, even if you stop publishing new content. I strongly advise, though, to continue publishing at least once, if not multiple times a week, because it's in your benefit. Now, I recommend that to all my clients. So, if you consider, or if somebody considers to advertise on pay-per-click, this metric, this estimate, gives us a rough understanding of how much of the budget which the company or the client will have to spend to get that much traffic. Okay, if you want to learn more about this metric and how they estimate the value of the targeted monthly organic search traffic, just click on that, because for the same keywords, if you advertise on Google, that's how much on average you'd have to spend. Now you have to understand that this is just an estimate, and with pay-per-click, with advertises, is the same as with backlinks and keywords. New backlinks, new keywords, and new advertising will arise while others will exit. Backlinks are lost, organic keywords and ranks are lost, and the same goes for pay-per-click advertisers. So take this value with a grain of salt. It's just an estimate, and you have to compare when checking the backlink profile and organic search results all the metrics, okay? And also it's important to compare different pages, different blog posts, when doing this content analysis. Otherwise, we won't get the big picture of somebody's backlink profile and content audit. So let's analyze the organic search. We click on this function here and we go at the bottom because this is what I'd like to share with you. These are very important metrics. The top 5 organic keywords in the United States search results. As you can see, it shows these keywords, the pages which these keywords are ranked on in Google and probably on other search engines as well. I'm not sure if Ahrefs consider just Google or other search engines overall. I'll have to ask them and further my research. Anyway, looks like here in this column, their positioning for these keywords are very, very powerful. They have top 1 positions for the top 3 keywords, which they get this much volume. So this metric shows the ranking position of this URL for these keywords, for this page in particular, right? On Google, on the search. Actually, it's not on Google, it shows on organic search results. So I assume this position is also held on Yahoo and other search engines. I'm not sure yet. I'm a bit confused about that. Not sure if Ahrefs is exclusive for Google or if also takes into account other search engines. But let's compare the positioning with the volume of traffic which they get, which they estimate, which Ahrefs estimate on a monthly basis, compared with the actual traffic estimates which this page may get. And this last option metric is actually when the page was last updated. Actually, sorry, not the pages, but the keyword data results. So looks like 6 hours ago, this keyword result, meaning the positioning and all the other data was updated. For this keyword and for this column data, it was updated on 24 August. So why is it important to understand the top 5 organic keywords? Because we want to compare these with their competitors. And at the same time, you want to compare the top 5 pages. So what we notice is that some of these pages overlap. Okay, so this one overlaps with this one. Here's how we can better understand by comparison. So if this pages holds the number 1 rank and the number 1 positioning for this keyword for a traffic estimate of 1,700 monthly results, we can see that this page in particular, in this section, ranks for 312 other keywords. And the monthly traffic estimate this page gets as reported by Ahrefs is close to 5,000 visitors. Once again, these results from my understanding and from my research, this would be I would say the minimum results, because other keywords which are not shown or comprised in Ahrefs are also sending traffic to this client, to this website, to this page. So more than probably they get a lot more traffic across their pages, across their blog posts. Now, what you can notice is that these other pages are ranked in this chronological order because although they may rank for more keywords, the overall traffic estimate on a monthly basis is less. So this post compared with the first one has more keywords which they rank for in the top 100 organic search results. But quantity is not as important as quality. So that's why we see that although they get double the number of keywords ranked, they get 50% less traffic estimates, which is interesting. But I would be curious to talk with this company and actually see their analytics, because their analytics, which they have been probably installed on their site more than probably, show more accurate results. This is how we compare results. This is how we analyze results. Now, for their blog post URL, for their blog URL, when we comes to organic search, we go at the bottom and we can compare these pages. There is not much difference in how Ahrefs is reporting this, like whether we include the domain name URL or the blog URL, the results are very similar. The top pages, the top 5 pages remain the same, okay? While the top 5 organic keywords, this keyword is included here, TerraKit, which is their brand name, while on this keyword it's not included, but we get a new keyword appear here, demand generation marketing. So this is how you analyze a client or a website link profile and organic search results, and how you compare results with other posts on their site. Now let's see how it compares, how their top page compares here. Okay, so what do you notice? One of their less popular pages, which is this article, SEOs to follows on Twitter, okay, is less popular, gets less traffic, has less backlinks than this page. So let's quickly analyze not just what Ahrefs is reporting when it comes to the number of backlinks, referring domains, organic keywords, but next we are also going to cover the on-page factors and some of the copywriting techniques which they are using, and the difference in comparison with these two pages. The results will amaze you. The insights will help you to better understand the difference with these on-page factors, graphics, usability, and overall copywriting and content writing techniques. Now, so this is the less popular article, this one, and this is the top ranked blog post or page on their website. Now, let's compare. The URL rating is 17 compared with the 19. So this page in itself has a bit more strength. Backlinks, 29 backlinks compared with 14. So this post gets twice as much backlinks. Now, referring domains, 11 compared with 15. Organic keywords. So this page ranks for only 16 keywords on the search engines, while this one ranks for 300. So that's amazing. The traffic estimate is close to 5,000 visitors on monthly basis, while this one only one. That's crazy. So the traffic value is $25,000. If they want to advertise on pay-per-click, on Google AdWords or other networks, this is how how much they would have to fork out and dedicate for a pay-per-click budget to get this much organic traffic. But once again, once you pay for traffic, uh, for direct traffic, you don't benefit from organic keywords and from those many referring domains and backlinks. So once you invest with pay-per-click, you'd have to continue to keep investing in, month out. With organic traffic, that's the exact opposite. You stop while the traffic continues. Obviously, you wouldn't expect results from organic search traffic in the first 3 to 6 months. In particular, if somebody's website or blog is brand new or is not aged. That's not the case for TerraKit. However, before I compare these pages from a content and on-page perspective, let's see other metrics which are important. For example, the past 3 months organic reach. This is interesting to check. So let's go back here for a second. Okay, so the organic traffic increase since they started publishing content on their website. So it shows from back in January 2016 till, as I'm recording this today, it's 27 August 2021. As you can see, this is for their main homepage. So they started to get traffic, organic traffic, a major boost, like from 3,000 visitors a month to up to 20 visitors a month. So that's like almost 10x results. Less than 8 months ago, since January 2020 till August. So that's incredible. That's for homepage. The blog, I assume, shows similar results. Yes. So here we have organic traffic reach, then organic keywords reach increase. Then we have also the increase shown as by traffic value. Obviously, the more posts you publish and the more often you publish, organic traffic, organic keywords, and traffic value will start to boost. The same for organic position. So let's compare the blog. So the blog started to take traction since beginning of the year. Now I'm not sure why. Maybe that's how Ahrefs reports results. Not sure why they haven't shown results since 2016, as we can see from here. Just a second, because I selected all time, so this is not just 1 year selection. Okay, so I selected all time, which is by default, by the way. And this traffic is across all countries, right? It's not just for it's not just for United States. If we want to track results for United States or for other countries or locations, we just select that from the list, right? So let's go back to all countries. Looks like US is getting about half of the traffic, which is normal. I assume most of their clients are from the US, but only they know that. Okay, so let's compare the blog with this less popular post and this top popular page. What is content strategy? So we are looking at organic search growth. If their blog has grown since January. In 8 months, they got from 0 visitor estimates to actually 20,000 visitor estimates with their blog. With this post, they went from 0 to 20 estimates, and with this more popular post, the top popular post, they went from 0 in January, and in July, in May, as you can see, slowly but surely they started to grow in May, June, July, and in August they have a boost of close to 5,000 monthly estimates organic traffic. The same goes for their keywords. We can see that the number of keywords which they are ranking for this page has started to grow since May, almost more than doubled the number of keywords which they are ranked on. Here we can select the top position, like for example, we can see which are the top 3 search position for this number of keywords and their boost. We can also check all the top 100 positions. That's incredible. So these are key metrics you have to understand and compare on somebody's website, and then you compare other competitors one by one, head to head, and you'll have a big picture and at the same time the nitty-gritty when doing content backlink profile and organic search analysis. Now, next we are going to compare in brief the difference between on-page factors for these 2 posts. Okay, so we are going to compare this post which was published this date, which is interesting because some blogs are not showing their data, while others are making an effort to include their data. There are pros and cons for that. For example, if you don't publish often, obviously you have to hide the date. This is what I recommend. Um, and if you update the post, you can also show a notice like they are doing here, right? Regardless of the functions of your WordPress theme, or maybe use a plugin, or whatever functions your website has. It's an interesting idea for the blog post if you publish frequently to show the date, also show when you update the post, either below the original publishing date or as I've seen other blogs do in the brackets. So all these posts were written by their SEO manager. All their posts show wide, large background image, which is not really relevant from what I see with the topic of the article. It's not really relevant. Probably this one is the most relevant because it shows a whiteboard or whatever, but these others aren't. So what I appreciate about this is that their titles are very specific. They include numbers. They're short. They include the person who wrote the post, but their images are not that relevant. So this is what I would change. And also looks like their image is built into their template somehow, because if I right click with the mouse, I cannot find the option to save the the graphic, the image. So this is not the graphic in itself. It's built in into their theme, I guess, or into their page. What you notice is that they start off across all their posts with this section, key points, which I find it very interesting. We are busy creatures, right? We have a boat, uh, personal life and the professional life, right? So most of us, if not all of us, are very, very busy and we don't have really time to read lengthy content unless the topic is that enticing and we are a passionate or we have a recurring or a massive challenge or recurring problem we want to solve. Regardless, having a key points at the beginning of the post, it's so amazing, it's so practical, and most bloggers aren't doing that. I believe it's the first time I have seen somebody's post start off with key points because that's the reality. You have to be creative and innovative when it comes to blogging and content marketing. And I have studied this company before, and they are very, very passionate and very professional, and they know a lot about strategy, business strategy, and SEO strategy. I've saved all their articles and I studied them, I print them in a folder on my Chrome. I recommend you do that as well. Now, what is interesting is that they are using short paragraphs. Take a look. And they show only 3 paragraphs, which I highly recommend. I'm a big fan of number 3, 3 steps, 3 ideas, 3 tips, 3 hacks, etc. And I know I've read that Steve Jobs from Apple also was keen, very keen on using this in their presentations. Lots other professionals, entrepreneurs, business people are using 3 uh, in their content on their blogs. Now, actually, this article, when it comes to the shortness of the phrases, is breaking that rule. And I recommend for the key points, the bullet points should be very, very short, like here and right here. What I noticed is that they have 4 key points here. So I recommend to keep it down to 3 in order to avoid info overload. The same goes for, I would say, shorten the large paragraphs. It's too much information at once, and we don't want to overwhelm visitors. Studies showed, anyway, that we read not word by word, we skim content. So if you want to attract attention to the content, you have to keep, first of all, as a principle, as a key rule, you have to keep sentences and paragraphs short, ultra short. Say more with less words. Let's continue. Okay, so now they introduce shoutouts and they explain in graphical format. Let's check the image SEO function. I'm checking how they labeled, how they saved the image. So it shows these keywords, Terracat core values, which is okay. So this is an important aspect when it comes to on-page SEO factors. You have to label the graphics, the images as with relevant keywords to help rank this page on image search as well and strengthen your overall link profile and on-page factors. So this page introduced this concept for Twitter. This is where they talk about their core values, their company core values. Okay. Here they introduce the idea why content strategy matters, and I like the way they display these industry insights and data in graphical format. I like that. So this is something which they've done from their template. It's a function from their backend. It's not graphic. Let's move forward with the other article. What is SEO strategy? What is a key general keyword which businesses should take advantage of, and no reason why they use it. I like the way they display and they showcase this definition. Notice the way they interlink to other pages on their website, which is very important to strengthen your overall link profile and increase chances to rank for more keywords, for more pages, for more posts on Google and other search engines. Let's continue with this first article about Twitter and the SEOs to follow on Twitter. So in the introductory paragraphs, they explain how this SEO Twitter list came together, which I find it very interesting and intriguing. I used to do very similar blog post myself for a client and even for one of my blogs. And it's very important to explain how this list came together, and the author does it a great job. They link to external sources here, so that's the main difference which I noticed with comparing these three posts. So you have, as a general rule, you have to keep a balance between linking to your other inner pages, to other posts, to the home page, to other articles on the site, to other pages, and linking to external sources. When linking to external sources is ideal, you do not link to amateurish websites or low quality websites, or to websites which you would not recommend. So that's a key principle. Now, what's missing from this post so far, the way it's displayed, and probably they would be interested to add. Usually what I do is I also bold some relevant keywords, and when I bold, I either leave the bold as is or I hyperlink to other inner pages as they do. But for whatever reasons, looks like they are only bolding the subtitles or subheaders, and that's it. So that's not a big issue. Okay, that's a key aspect. They compare, and this is the best part about which I like about this post and about this company. They really compare and distinguish between content strategy and content marketing. From my understanding, content marketing is part of the content strategy, and content strategy is first, content marketing is second. Unfortunately, most people don't understand the difference because they are not educated, and even if they understand the difference, they just understand it on a superfluous level. And this post goes in depth. It even goes about the process, with the link here, the process of content marketing. I like the explanation. It's very well done, very professional. It's easy to understand. Also, I like how they clarify what content strategy defines with these bullet points. I like also the analogy. Like you wouldn't plan a trip without knowing your destination. Content strategy ensures that your content marketing efforts are taking you in the right direction. Without a well-defined strategy, you may waste a lot of time writing content that doesn't get the audience impact nor the business results you want. That's great. Notice the additional resources with the call to action and graphics, which they profile throughout the content. So having a call to action that go to other resources throughout your post, throughout your content is ideal. Just ensure that they are very relevant to whatever the topic of the post. And these are very relevant because they talk about content marketing, which is part of content strategy, which is the core topic of their post. So this post talks about the SEO experts to follow on Twitter. This is about content strategy, and this is about SEO strategy. Okay, let's check graphics. Okay, so looks like these graphics are once again built into their page, into their theme. These graphics are not standalone headshots as I was expecting. Not sure why they decided to do so. Maybe because they wouldn't want to have so many standalone graphics and they decided to go that route. I'm not sure. But for example, what I usually do when I upload expert headshots, I make use of the brand name and I save the graphics by the name of the person who's profiled in that graphic. Ideally, I also add the name of the website or their brand name, and then I add probably, but I'm not wanting to overdo, the topic or the core topic of the keyword. So the way I would label this graphic is their name, their website, and SEO Twitter or something like that. Okay, so this is how they display this post in itself. It's just a showcase, a shout out as they call it, of these top 45 plus amazing SEOs, search engine optimization specialists to follow on Twitter. That's not something more in depth about it that we can go about it, that's for sure. So just notice that they link to their individual Twitter profile so that user will connect with them, find more about them. That's the whole idea with this type of blog post. To collect the top experts, profile their graphic, their headshot, maybe curate a quote as they do here. Not sure if this is a curated quote or a regional quote. Ideally, you want to do both. And this is a short introductory paragraph about the person and then about what they tweet about. So that's the structure, that's the strategy. Now, the strategy behind this post is that usually when we do something like that, we notify once the post goes live, we notify all the experts which we have profiled. And most of them will link back to us. But it's not that easy to ask them to link because almost anybody can put up a very similar post. It doesn't take much brain. It's not something very, very creative. Obviously, you can be creative, like, for example, what other things I do with the similar posts like this. I profile their top 3 tweets. For example, or if I had to profile their blog post, I profile their top three blog posts or their latest three blog posts. I also would add links back to their LinkedIn profile, if any, or to their website. So I do more than what we initially can see here. What other elements which these posts are missing, I would say more inner links. I would link more often. Now, it's a bit risky to link more often than you should, but nobody says really there is no limits to how many inner links you can have on a page. Now, I would like to see and calculate and count the number of words for this post. So one way to do that is just copy and paste this in a Google Drive, in a Google document, for example, or we can use a site like this one, word counter. And what I did was I selected the entire text, and this is how many words this post has. And how many pages, how many paragraphs, etc. Obviously, we got some words from their top menu and from their footer, I guess. You can just remove those, but I wouldn't bother about that. We just are looking to see an estimate. For example, you can count less than, you can count this minus 300 words or so. So on average, I mean, not on average, I would say estimate it's 6,000 words for this post. So that's one type of post which is less popular for whatever reasons. There are methods to make this post popular. With an outreach campaign, you can reach out to these uh, folks. You can also add some interactive elements like quizzes, surveys, and other elements throughout the post to make it even more enticing and boost the viral effect, and lots of other backend things you can do to market this post and make it as popular as the others. So let's move forward with with the next post. So yes, okay. What is lacking? A table of contents. I highly recommend for long posts, more than 2000 words, to have a table of contents. In particular for posts which are like an overview or the ultimate type of post where you cover a large topic such as content strategy, you have to really create subtopics and display that at the top, just they did with key points, and have a section called table of contents. Um, so let's move forward. What we can notice is that they have lots of uh, other resources. They make use of different graphics and graphic layouts. Um, but somehow these subtopics and subheaders are kind of, in my mind, if they are not numbered, they look up as they are being thrown away or a bit chaotic. Somebody who's brand new or beginner to content strategy wouldn't know why they choose to decide with this header, SEO content strategy tips, and then with map content to the customer journey, then align with search intent. So although we assume that the content is in a logical hierarchy manner, it would be good to somehow um, better organize it. regarding organization and using numbers, they have this section here which are labeled with numbers. So this is a very important aspect which they take into account. They are doing it very well. I like the difference between stretch goals and smart goals. The first time I find about this distinction. I know about smart goals. I've been reading about that before. Notice how much often they recommend to post a month to their to somebody's blog. I guess they also publish 25 posts a month each month. That would mean each week they publish about 5 posts, like one a day. So I would say from Monday to Friday, some of the top agencies are publishing on this schedule, daily content, excluding weekends. Not sure about TerraKit, but I assume they publish daily, but I don't think so. Let me double check. So we click on blog. I just open up the domain name root of their blog. So I open up in a new link these 4 posts, and unfortunately they show a lag of 7 to 7 days between posts. So it looks like they publish just once a week. So to me, that's not good. I mean, why would you recommend for a content strategy to publish 25 times, right, a month if you as a company only publish once a week? So I wouldn't advise that. You have to keep up with your teachings, teach what to preach, walk the walk, talk the talk, as they say. Overall, the way they have detailed and explained content strategy is very well done. I have read other similar posts on the topic, and they are not that detailed and well organized. I like profiling other expert codes, just as we have seen previously with the Twitter post. I like how they're doing that. They have videos embedded. I guess that these are original, not curated videos. I guess this is the author of the post himself.
Gap analysis or competitive analysis.
So let's.
I think the most important thing when you're conducting any kind of content gap analysis or competitive analysis or landscape analysis is making sure that you're using it as a starting point or as a building block rather than.
Yep, having videos embedded, ideally original content is so much required nowadays. Funnel diagram. I highly recommend to use more keywords, more relevant keywords whenever you label graphics to take full advantage of image SEO. So this is my recommendation. Otherwise, you are wasting on the traffic potential. You are wasting valuable results. Sometimes when I Google search for some concepts or I have some problems or challenges, I also check the images, search results or the general search results, and whoever make the best use of image SEO best practices will get to generate more visitors. Um, Notice the strong call to action, wide, large banner with button. Um, I wouldn't make that this banner that large. Maybe I should resize it a bit. Probably they are doing that to attract more attention to this. Notice the way they are using short sentences, short paragraphs. I hardly have seen a paragraph whose larger than 5 lines. For example, this has 4 lines, which is my recommended paragraph, maximum paragraph length. Whatever is more than 4 lines of text per paragraph, you should split it in half. This is my recommendation for content briefs, for content guidelines, when I manage my team and when I write for clients and for my own blogs. Okay. I like the way they profile this subtopic, the future of content marketing strategy. Um, Here they could have profiled some expert quotes about the trends, the trends, or what the content marketing strategy holds on in the future. 1 or 2 expert quotes would make this post go even more viral. Uh, Now, I like this part here. So instead of a takeaway or conclusion type of paragraphs, they have this revisit the section, which if we click, it goes up to that particular section. I find this content embed option very interesting. It's very strategic. It's very well done. It's the first time I see that. So this is something I'm going to test for my content, for my blogs, for my clients as well. I recommend you do that as well. So um, let's analyze this other post and we're going to wrap this video. I like that they are very, very strategic about how they interlink. So because they are an enterprise SEO company, obviously they have a blog post on the topic. They also looks like they have a commission study done by Forrester Consulting about SEO, stating that customers served through search engine optimization were more loyal and engaged. I subscribe to this case study, which I'm about to read sooner than later. Case studies, by the way, are great as lead magnets, great to build and engage with audiences, grow subscribers, leads, clients. Also, this post customer lifetime value is very, very well done. They have also a calculator. So looks like their posts follow a very precise strategy and outline and structure. As you can see, it has the date, the title, the person behind the post, their profession, key points. They have a section, what is, um, and they have this structured rectangle. Um, they have this type of statistics, charts, and design elements built into their theme. They have call to action banners. They have, like I said, even a calculator here, which is a very practical element. Just think in your niche, in your industry, how you can make use of calculators. Maybe this tool will help. Yes, so they follow a very strategic layout when they create these posts. Now, this is like an outline or what they are going to cover or not. I'm not sure. It says the steps, so there are 9 steps, right? There are 9 steps to creating an SEO strategy. And I've been looking throughout the post, and it doesn't seem like what they cover next is described in this same order. So I would expecting whenever you have a section like this and you number it, I would expect that the subheaders, the subtitles, the subheaders should be starting and labeled with numbers. But that's not the case, and this makes the post a bit chaotic because it's too much information at once. And for somebody who's new, and even for a more advanced expert like I am, it's not okay to not use numbers. Um, anyway, long posts like this, usually I print them out, I study them, I dissect them, I implement them, and I recommend clients do that as well. You can turn that into PDF and then print it out. So content hubs, I'm a big fan of content hubs. They have a content hub as well, and this article looks a great read. So this is their content hub. Um, what they usually do with content hubs is they profile some of the guides, um, like in this case featured articles. Looks like they have been published on my major outlets, and they profile that, and now they have a section in this content hub page that goes across to their latest posts. So if a blog post usually shares the latest articles and posts in chronological order, a content hub is meant to showcase other articles, other guides, other resources. Ideally, you want to create that type of content hub which is very interactive, where user can filter their results by date, by category, by topic, etc. Like a database or a database type of hub is my recommended resource if you want to create the ultimate content hub. Anyway, let's go back to the post. I have just checked these 2 other posts in Word Counter, and they show, for example, this one, what is content strategy, has even less words than the previous post, the initial post, which we analyzed about the Twitter SEOs. And this one has 6,000. So looks like, let's check this. Looks like on average, okay, no, this has only 3,000 words. So I recommend my clients to publish at least 2,000 words worth of content on each post. And these guys are doubling and even tripling the content side. There are blogs and authors in digital marketing industry on different digital marketing topics like blogging or social media, SEO, and other industry who publish even lengthier content like up to 10,000 words. I once did an expert roundup. One of them was featured on Ahrefs website and other websites, other outlets, uh, totaling more than 10,000 words. And this is so amazing because you are going to cover lots of subtopics, lots of keywords, and this overall combined will attract your chance to boost your search results, gain more backlinks, win more link mentions and reference. and overall it will become a viral success. But strategy is so important, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to showcase this company in particular and this blog post in specific. So the element which I like the way they've been used here throughout the content beyond the graphics is the built-in section. For example, this one. So take into account all these elements, including this section here at the bottom of your post when you create your next blog post, your content strategy. Now I would like to compare these previous posts, the layout, the way they've been using the on-page elements with one of my posts. What you have noticed here is the topic, how to update old blog post, right? And the target audience which I'm referring to is SaaS and marketing agencies. From my experience, is ultra important to niche target the right audience and start doing that from the beginning with the title itself. I use a title and a subtitle, and sometimes, not always. And you have two options: either make the main title larger than the subtitle, or use both at the same font size. So notice that I use numbers. I make these titles very specific, and I add the year number. Compared with the agency, the other content at the TerraKit, I'm not using any date myself, but what I use though is the social sharing button right at the beginning, at the top. Next, imagine is a very powerful word. I start off with that. Usually most of my posts and the way I instruct my team to write is to start with asking an intriguing or engaging question, but sometimes I break that rule and start off in a different way with power words like imagine or consider this, for example, or I make use of the if then what happens case scenario. For example, like this part here. Notice the bolds which I use. I also bold the hyperlink. I have a table of content section. Whenever you want to reach to that particular subsection, you can just do that. I use lots more other design elements embedded from the Thrive team, which I use. I use lots of insights and expert quotes throughout my content because I'm not the only expert on the topic and I like to bring other specialists on board. I use curated content and original expert quotes. I reference to case studies, industry insights and reports, and backlink to them. I'm not afraid to backlink to my competitors, whether direct or indirect. Make use of bold and underlines sometimes, although I don't want to confuse visitors thinking that this is a hyperlink. Sometimes I make use of underlines. I use call to actions disguised as subheaders for testing purposes and to track uh, different metrics. Graphics, I always make use of image SEO done right. Notice the keywords: HubSpot updated all new blog distribution. Usually I also reference the source, whether the link credits the company or not. Below each graphic I have the credit. I feature expert insights with this thin function to make text easy to read and eye candy for the reader. Once again, another graphic which I make use of image SEO. And this is where I reference the source of the image. It's very important. Notice another design element from Thrive Themes which I make use of. I keep the same color for the heads and subheads. That's another design element embedded within. I bold subheads. I label and number them in chronological order. Short paragraphs as well. It's very important to keep your audience interested and engaged. Lots of graphics and images. I make use of them quite often. I like to also make use of alliteration. It sounds great to the ear, and it's a very interesting and profitable copywriting technique. There are other copywriting techniques which I use for whatever reasons. This company is not making use of copywriting techniques. They are only using content writing techniques. The difference between content writing and copywriting techniques is that copywriting techniques are more oriented towards emotions, towards pain points, towards imagination of the reader, towards storytelling. There are copywriting techniques which I make use of, like the problem agitate solution formula, the FOMO technique, the fear of missing out technique, AIDA formula, attention, interest, desire, action, and plenty other techniques. Analogies, for example, also include infographics. So in a nutshell, this is how you make a blog post powerful. I guess what I haven't included yet is a video. So I would have to update the post accordingly. I also have an author box, which I haven't seen on this post yet. And I also would like to revisit a section here on my site, which usually it's something similar, table of contents. So I would be interested to add that. Not sure if key takeaways would be okay to be added because they already have a table of contents at the top. But a section such as revisit section is required, and I would be adding it. What else am I doing instead of conclusions or key takeaways? I use a different paragraph which is like a disguised call to action. It's a motivational type of paragraph which I use. So I'm not a big fan of using conclusion. Key takeaways, yes, it's an element which I would like to use more often. And obviously social shares and related posts are key elements to make the post generate more views, more traffic, more visitors. That's it. Let me know how you find this, share your feedback, and implement these techniques. I look forward to working with you. Talk soon. God bless.